this Wednesday. Then the rest back to hopefully next week, no? Normal, wala nang mga aberya, no? Wala nang cancellation ng classes, walang ano, 'di ba? Oh. So hoping na magtuloy-tuloy na yung classes sa susunod, no? Ayan, back to normal. But anyway, ayan. So if ever naman meron naman tayong mga available materials. So this PowerPoint. So kanina umaga ba ako nag-upload? O yan. So I think this one is already uploaded na, no? Then nagdagdag pa ako ng dalawa pang PowerPoint, fringe benefits and dealings in properties. And also a PDF file containing the latest, okay, the latest benefits. Okay? So I think yung ano yon, yung RR something, RR 29-2025 PDF siya. Galing siyang ano, circular from the BIR. Okay? In-upload ko siya because if you were, this is the time na yung kung if you're using old version ng books, okay, I mean, kahit hindi pa siya kalumaan, for example, 2024 version or edition, yung mga reference nyo or yung mga books ninyo, okay, on that part ng de minimis benefits, iba yung threshold. Iba yung amount. Ayan. Okay? So, I think, bisetahin ko. I think, ano na to, updated na. Wait lang ha, baka mali ako ng upload eh. Ayan. I think they, ano na to, updated na nga. Okay? So, this will be the latest. Okay? Kaya ang hirap sa taxation na ituro na because last sem, ito pa yung approach, ito pa yung threshold, ito pa yung requirements, ito pa yung tax rate, and then afterwards, after next term, iba na siya. Okay? So, ganun talaga. No? So, ito yung isa sa mga subjects na kailangan talaga updated. No, yung updates niya hindi siya yearly, actually from time to time, no? Merong ibang mga components or parts ng taxation na kailangan i-update. Okay, so this time we're talking about compensation. Sino ma'am ang may compensation? Ay, syempre may sweldo, no? Ayan, so okay, future employee, di ba? O, yung mga gustong magtrabaho, whether managerial position, anong position, no? I mean, whether you work in a company, in audit firm, okay? Okay, pero yung approach natin dito sa compensation income is local approach, no? So, these benefits were given usually and the treatment, the tax treatment is based on local setting. Okay, based on Philippine taxation. Okay, so compensation income, so kailan siya nag-exist? Okay? So there must be an employer. There must be, okay, an employer-employee relationship. Okay? Para masabi, no, that there will be a compensation. Okay? On the part of the employer, any person for whom an individual performs any service. Okay? Of whatever nature as employee of such person. Okay? So without regard to the organizational form of the employer. So, I mean, whether the employer is a single proprietor, partnership, corporation, non-stock entity, cooperatives, okay, as long as nandiyan yung present ng employer-employee relationship, okay, hindi siya limited lang na ang employer ay isang mga big companies. No. Okay, even a small scale or a small enterprises, as long as meron siyang employee, okay, applicable sa kanya to. Okay? Employee refers to the any individual who is a recipient of wages, including, okay, officers, employee, or even, okay, yung pinaka-hot topic, elected officials, okay, of the government, or any political subdivisions, agency, or instrumentality thereof. Okay, so meaning employee is not limited to the employees in a private sector. It also includes employees from the government sector. Okay? However, merong mga position, no, sa government, no, na hindi siya considered as employee. Okay? Have you heard the word yung mga job order? 'Di ba? So, yung mga employees o sabi yung mga personnels na nagwo-work sa government, so minsan ang category nila ay job order. So, hindi considered as employee, hindi siya considered as under compensation income. Okay? Ayan. Although the nature of work, parang titignan mo, empleyado din siya. Okay? So, yun. So, it's not only limited, no, to a private sector. Okay? Ayan. So, as to functions, bakit man kailangan pa natin alamin yun? Lahat naman niya empleyado. Lahat naman niya may sweldo. Yes. Okay? So, we have the managerial employees who are given powers or prerogatives to lay down and execute managerial policies. The supervisory employees who recommend such managerial actions if the exercise of such authority is not merely routinary or clerical. Okay? So, ganito sa task code, no? Yung managerial at supervisory, binigyan ng definition. While for the rank and file, ano ang definition niya? Those who hold neither managerial nor supervisory functions. Okay? Madalas naman nakita namin sa isang organization or sa entity, talagang mas marami ang bilang ng mga rank and file employees compared sa mga managerial and supervisory employees. Ano naman bearing, ma'am? Bakit kailangan nating i-segregate, no? Hindi siya sa kumbaga, i-set up natin yung criteria or classification ng mga employees as to rank and file, managerial and supervisory employees. Because, okay, ganito. Sa susunod ng mga topic, okay, some of the type of compensation or benefits received ng mga employees magkakaroon ng iba't ibang treatment or tax treatment. Okay? So, pwedeng exempt siya sa ganitong functions. For example, other benefits might be exempted from tax, yung mga managerial and supervisory employees. Iba naman yung treatment ng mga benefits sa mga rank and file employees. Okay? So, yun yung magkakaiba. Actually, lagi magka-partner o lagi magka-grupo si manager tsaka supervisor. Tapos rank and file. Okay? So, yung dalawa, tandem, managerial, supervisory, lahat pare-pares yung taxation nila. Tapos magkaiba kay rank and file. In some aspect or nature of income, magkakaiba sila ng tax treatment. Yun lang naman yun. Okay? Of course, when we say managerial and supervisory, nandyan yung medyo mas maraming benefits, mas maraming perks, di ba? That somehow, some companies will give this type of benefits to certain group of employees. And such group is yung mga managers and supervisors. Okay? Yung mga basic, okay? I mean, kung anong klase ng compensation, no? Ayan. And another one thing is that, okay, types of employees taxability, minimum and regular. Okay? Minimum wage, based sa kanilang wage. Okay? Employees who are recipient of minimum wage. How are you determine the minimum wage? Per area. Okay? For example, sa NCR, the minimum wage ay, I don't know kung 650 per day. Okay? So, for example, an employee earning 650 per day, so he is considered as a minimum wage earner. Okay? If si employee ay nag-earn or ang kanyang daily rate is more than the minimum wage, siya ay regular employee. Okay? Take note ha, yun lang ang dalawa. Yung regular employee, hindi siya yung sinasabi na nakapag 6 months ka na, di ba, regular. Hindi yun, no? So, we're talking about the salary rate of the employees. Okay? Either you receive minimum or you receive above the minimum wage. So, if you receive more than the minimum wage rate, you are a regular employees. So, ibig sabihin, your compensation, okay, will be subjected to regular income tax. Okay? Pero hindi agad-agad, okay? So, let's have to first to compute if the amount is subject to a certain, kung aabot siya sa threshold para maging taxable. Okay? O, ayan. So, ibig sabihin pag minimum wage, lahat ng sahod exempt or yung mismong daily rate lang niya? So, when we're talking about minimum wage, ano ba yung marireceive ng minimum wage? Yung daily rate niya? Yung overtime pay, pag nag-overtime? Yung kanyang holiday pay and hazard pay? So, all of those, okay, will be, exempt from income tax, no? Minimum. So, hindi lang siya base sa basic pay. Okay, include lang din natin yung holiday pay, 13th month and other na benefits. Okay, and even overtime, no, or holiday pay. Okay, so compensation income is the income arising out of an employer-employee relationship. Okay, so hindi natin masasabi that nare-receive niya ay compensation income unless ma-establish natin ito, employer-employee relationship. Okay? Sabi ko nga kaya, hindi lahat na napasok sa company. O parang sabi ko, hindi lahat na nagtatrabaho sa gobyerno ay employee. Yung ibang mga JO. O those job order ay hindi considered as yung compensation niya as an compensation income. Okay? Pero yung mga rate siguro parehas lang din naman ng ibang mga regular, no? However, yung type of income na nare-receive ng mga JO is not a compensation income. Okay? Same thing with the other companies. Okay? Uso dito yung mga artista, sa mga halimbawa, sa mga media, okay? Not all persons, no, na nagtatrabaho sa mga media or sa mga television companies, di ba, are employees. Okay? Or direct employees. Di ba narinig nyo pa nga sa mga balita, di ba? Some of the workers, no, na nagtatrabaho sa, halimbawa, sige, magbagay na tayo ng station, ABS-CBN, okay? Some of them are not directly employee ng ABS. Yung iba doon, subcontractors or agency. Okay? Hindi ko sabi natin, hindi lahat na nandun sa loob ng company na empleyado. Diba? Yung iba nagwo-work as under ng agency, mga subcontractors. And even yung mga nakikita mo sa mga television, yung ibang, I think yung ibang mga I think I know, for example, mga newscaster na mga reporter. Okay? Yung iba doon ang kanilang mode of payment ay although parang ang natatanggap nila parang quincenas katapusan, yung parang narinig ko 15:30. Yes, may ganoon sila, may cut-off din sila. Okay? Pero yung amount na nare-receive nila will not be treated as compensation income. But perhaps pwedeng talent fee, professional fee. So yun yung magiging category niya instead of compensation income. Okay, so magkaiba yung treatment, yung nature. Pag yung isa treated as compensation income, yung isa naman talent fee or professional fee. Magkaiba yun, no? Yeah, so we're talking about the compensation income. It contains all remunerations for services performed by the employee for his employer. Okay, tindulo, whether paid in cash or in kind. So, ibig sabihin, the employee might receive or may receive any compensation in a form of cash and non-cash or in kind. O kayo ba, anong gusto nyong in kind na matanggap? Pero unang-una, syempre, ma'am, gusto ko paid in cash. So, when we say paid in cash, so, syempre, yung pwedeng literal na nakasobro yung sweldo mo. Okay? Or kaya naman, di ba, lumang-luma, ma'am, nakasobre. Pero may nagawa pa rin naman, may mga ibang companies na yung kanilang sweldo is yung kulay brown na envelope, ayan, nandun yung sweldo, yung mga salaries. Okay? Or kaya naman, di ba, syempre, in a modern age, di mga bank transfer na siya, no? Mga naka-payroll account. Okay? Marireceive mo na lang, may magbabalita, tingnan nyo na yung ATM nyo or online bank account ninyo, di ba? Nag-credit na yung sweldo. Ayan. So, this is a form of compensation income. Yung in-kind, ma'am, pwede bang sasakyan? Pwede bang kotse ng sasakyan pa? Pwede bang bahay? Pwede bang travel? O anything, no? We say in-kind. Okay? So, pwede. Okay? O pwede rin bang shares of stocks, ma'am, no, ang mare-receive ko. Ayan. This is not also, I mean, those compensation is not only limited to what the employee will receive every 15th or 30th of the month. Okay? Hindi lang siya limited sa mare-receive mo kada quincenas, tinatawag natin quincenas katapusan. So, marami pa. Hindi lang din siya limited sa bonus or kaya sa 13th month pay na natatanggap kada December. Okay? Ayan. Pero kailangan din kasi natin alamin kung ano yung nature o yung type of compensation income. So, meaning may iba't iba pang klase ng compensation income. Okay? So, yun. Titignan natin kung ano yung taxable, yun din ang non-taxable. Okay? So, when you say compensation income, sabi ko, it is not limited to your regular basic pay or salaries and wages, emoluments, honoraria. Okay? So, lalo na kung ang mga employee is also at the same time director or officer ng company. Okay? Taxable bonuses, allowances, any type of allowances, di ba? Oh, lahat naman klase ng allowance. Gasoline allowance, meal allowance, communication allowance, di ba? Oh, transportation, lahat ng klase, no? Pero meron siyempre category na yung mga allowances na hindi siya by default exempted, no? Or non-taxable. Okay? There are certain types of allowances lang or benefits na non-taxable. Okay? Other than not on, if wala siya sa listahan, so considered as taxable bonuses or allowances. Fringe benefits. Ayan. So later, ano yung fringe benefits? Okay? Ayan. Pensions and retirement pay commissions, compensation for services on the basis of a percentage profit. O yung mga nagko-commission. Okay? Yung mga nasa sales, no? So, aside from their basic pay, so magkakaroon ka pa ng commission on top of your, kumbaga kada ka makakapagdala ng sales sa company. Di ba? Or pag nare-reach mo na yung quota na sales, so may certain percentage ka for commissions. Okay? So that is considered as form of compensation. As long as na-establish natin yung employer-employee relationship. Okay? Kahit anong klase siya, ma'am. Di ba? Hindi mo pwede paghiwalayin, no? For example, empleyado ka ni company. Di ba? O, meron ka lang ginawang special project. Okay? So, dinagdagan ka ng one time lang no, na additional. O, di ba? So, that will be still part ng compensation income. Okay? So, okay, form of measurement may be paid in money. O, yun, mas madaling ma'am, or medium of exchange, no? Mas madali siya i-measure. Di ba? Kung ano yung face value ng money, yun din yung amount of salary. Yun din magiging tax base mo. Okay? Yung amount of compensation. Ayan. Okay, mayroon tayong matandaan to, may ibang mga benefits, no? Ayan, Ayan. Paid in cash, the full amount received is the measure of income. Paid in medium, other than money, the fair value of the thing taken in payment is the amount of compensation. Okay? O, binigyan ka ng laptop, binigyan ka ng cellphone ng boss mo. O, di ba? It is in a form of other than cash. Okay? Di ba pwede naman magbigay ang employer? No? Nagpag-grocery si employer. Okay? Pero later on, kailangan pa rin natin i-segregate din yan. No? Aside from the type of or medium of compensation na makukuha natin, di ba? So at the end, babalik pa rin tayo sa kanina. Sino yung recipient? Sino yun, ma'am? Manager, supervisor, or rank and file? Okay? Yeah. So this will be the pro forma of your compensation income. Oh, di ba? Ang basic. Ano yung nasa first line? Gross compensation income. Okay? Next, non-taxable compensation income. Then you derive or you arrive at your taxable compensation income. Okay? So dun sa taas, gross compensation, sabi dito, generally includes all remunerations received under an employee-employer relationship. Okay? So, yung nasa taas, ano na yan? Labo-labo na yan, no? Whether commission, whether basic compensation, honoraria, diba? So, lahat yan nandun pag-fall. And then, from that, i-grupo natin yung non-taxable. Okay? Or yung may limit lang. Okay? So, syempre, yung mga ilalagay mo sa non-taxable, at first, dapat kasama muna siya syempre dito sa gross compensation. Okay? Tapos, tsaka mo ulit ibawas. Example. Ito. So, non-taxable compensation. Halimbawa, ito na ba yun, no? So, this includes employees mandatory. Okay? Ano to, ma'am? Ay, lumilipat. Ano yung mandatory, ma'am, na ano? Ayan. So, if you ask, no? So, try to ask your parents. So, patingin nga po ng ano nyo, payslip. Ayan. Baka sasabihin ng mga gulong, bakit mo pakikialaman ng payslip namin? Hindi. Sabihin mo, kukumpit ko lang kung tama yung tax. Ayun. Para maano lang, no? Hindi, tawag dito. Okay? Kumbaga taxable, tama ba yung tax na ano, tax ay aling portion kaya nare-receive ng mga magulang mang taxable at hindi. Okay, for example, si employee ay ang kanyang monthly compensation is 40,000, okay? Doon sa kanyang payslip, may binawasan siya ng 1,600 for the SSS and then 3,000. Example lang naman, no, ng ano, tax na 3,000. So, ang take home pay niya ay 35,400. Okay? Oh. So sabihin natin kung monthly siya or quincenas katapusan, di ba? Yan. So, that will be the take-home pay, 35,400. Pero, your take-home pay is not synonymous to taxable income. Okay? Ang magiging taxable lang dyan is the 38,400. The basic pay of 40,000 less the mandatory contributions. So, yung 1,600 is just the employee shares. Iba pa yung employer share, ha? Oh. Literal na nakikita mo sa payslip, may bawas. Okay? So, upon computation of tax, we deduct the mandatory contribution of the employee before computing for the taxable income. Okay? So, pero nasasabi, ano naman yung mga exempt benefits? Okay? Benefits excluded or exempted under the NIRCN special laws, exempt under treaty, benefits. Okay? Ano to, ma'am? Benefits necessary to the trade, business, or conduct of profession of the employer. Number 3. Okay, para sa ganito, no, hindi lahat ng nare-receive ni employee ay taxable or compensation niya. Sabi mo kanina lang, no, all the benefits received, yes. Pero sinasabi dito number 3, benefits necessary to the trade, business, or conduct of profession of the employer. Ito yung mga, for example, binigyan ka muna, halimbawa, pinadala ka sa meeting or sa isang area, no? Ayan. Binigyan ka ng 5,000. Okay? Para saan yung 5,000? Para yun sa gas, sa transpo, sa accommodation, sa meeting mismo. Okay? So, for example, so that will not be form part of the compensation. Okay? So, that is just an ordinary expenditure of the entity, no? Kumbaga, ano yan, ma'am, necessity or necessary sa conduct of business. O, di ba? Halimbawa, business meeting, may ka-close kang meron kang ka-meeting para makapag-close ka ng deal. Di ba? Binigyan ka ng budget ng company. Magmi-meeting tayo dun sa magiging yung new prospect mo na client, di ba? Ilibre mo siya sa sa restaurant o ikaw ang company ang sasagot ng ano ng gastos. O that is ano kumbaga necessity. Okay? Benefits for the convenience or advantage of the employer. O halimbawa sa number 4, ma'am, may project si company. Okay? May site. O baga, let's say for example, related sa construction. For example lang naman, no? Kaso yung construction ay nasa, halimbawa, ang head office natin ay nasa Laguna. Okay, yung construction site ay nasa Iloilo. Okay? Oh, kailangan mong pumunta doon yung employee mo. Okay? Hindi naman siya pwedeng mag-uwian, 'di ba? Oh, 'di ba? So, syempre magre-rent ka ng halimbawa magre-rent si company ng bahay. Temporary, 'di ba? Para tirhan ng mga personnel niya. Okay? So that will not be form part of the compensation on the part of the employee. Okay? So kumbaga, kailangan yan no? Part yan ng business expenses na kailangan mo padala yung employee mo dun sa malayong lugar o saan siya matutulog, saan siya titira temporarily. Okay? So the company will provide, 'di ba? Rental or kumbaga housing benefits. Pero it is not considered as a benefits on the part of the employee. No? Pakinggan natin siya as part ng for the convenience or advantage of the employer. Okay? Hindi ni employee. Okay? Ayan. Exempt benefits under the NIRC. Ito yung mga paano exempt, ma'am? Totally exempted, no? Remuneration received as incidents of employment. De minimis ito yung sa number 1, remunerations received as incidents of employment. Ay yung kumbaga, tawag dito, kumbaga for the convenience of the employer, no, yung sinasabi sa number 1. Number 2, de minimis. Ulit nga, de minimis. Okay, from the word minimal. Petty yung amount, small amount. Okay, ito yung de minimis. Okay, meron yung listahan. Okay, don't worry. Yung number 2, we have list of de minimis the benefits including their threshold. Okay? 13th month pay and other benefits not exceeding 90,000. Okay, ito yung trick dito. Okay, medyo natin. The 90,000 is not only limited to the term 13th month pay. Okay? I-highlights natin. I-highlights natin yung lawak ng other benefits. Okay? Yung mga benefits na wala dito or kaya sobra dito, pwedeng mapunta dito sa other benefits. Pero may maximum allowed lang na 90,000. Hindi sinasabing dapat ang 13th month ko hindi dapat lalampas ng 90,000. So what I mean is, whatever is the amount na binigay ng employer for your 13th month and other benefits, hanggang 90,000 lang yung exempted. In excess of 90,000, yun na yung tinatawag na taxable 13th month pay and other benefits. Uulitin ko ha. Halimbawa, yung empleyado, ang monthly salary niya is 150,000. So therefore, no, his basic 13th month pay will also be 150,000, equivalent to 1 month salary. Okay? If that is the case, 150 matatanggap niyang 13th month. However, 90,000 exempt or non-taxable, 60,000 taxable. Okay? Kumbaga, yung excess sa 90,000, yun lang yung masasubject sa tax. Okay? Ayan. And certain benefits of minimum wage earners. Okay? Okay. Remunerations received as incidents of the employment. Ayan na yan. Okay? Ayan. Yung number in letter G, that is only applicable during the effectivity of Bayanihan 2. Okay? I think 2023 yata or 2024 tapos na yung dyan, no? yung pagkakaroon ng mga exemptions on that type of benefits. Okay? O yan. Ito na, de minimis. De minimis. Okay? These are the facilities or privileges. Pero take note ha, this is just, no? Hindi to mandatory. Uulitin ko ha, this list of benefits are not mandatory. Okay? Hindi siya part ng basic compensation. It is just, okay, relatively, sabi dito these are the facilities or privileges such as entertainment, medical services, courtesy discounts on purchases that are relatively small value and are furnished by the employer merely, okay? Hindi siya mandatory merely as a means of promoting health, goodwill, contentment, or efficiency of his employees. Okay, so kumbaga, just to boost the morale of your employees, such benefits may be given to them. Okay? But these are not mandatory. Unlike sa 13th month pay that mandatory na ibigay sa employer, ng employer sa employee. But this de minimis benefits, di ba? Kapag yung kung ang employer ay considerate, di ba? So, pwede niya maibigay ito. And ito mga list na to, pwedeng ibigay niya within that level, pwedeng lower, pwedeng within such threshold or higher than. Okay? Ulitin ko yung mga susunod natin de minimis, nasa discretion niya ng employer. Okay? Pwedeng kung ano yung sinabi lang dito sa tax code, yan lang yung threshold. Hindi naman sinasabi na dapat ito lang ang ibigay mo. Okay? No. These are the petty fringe benefits exempt from income tax. Sige nga, ano na yan, ma'am? Okay, isa-isa na natin. Medyo madami. Medyo 10 lang siya. Madami, medyo 10. Medyo 10 na dapat nating itandaan lang naman, no? Okay? Sabi dito, monetize unused benefits. Okay? Monetize unused vacation leave credits of private employees not exceeding 12 days during the calendar year. So, ano yung sabihin nito, ma'am? Unused VL. Take note highlight natin. Di ba sa dalawang klase ng leave? Sick leave tsaka vacation leave. Sinasabi sa code, for under the private employees, okay? For the VL only, equivalent to 12 days. Paano yon, ma'am? Walang amount. Yes, walang amount. So, halimbawa, it will be based on the employee's basic rate. Halimbawa sa employee, ang basic rate niya or daily rate niya ay 1,000. Okay? So, meron siyang 12 days unused VL. Okay? Na monetize niya yon. Okay, so that is equivalent to 12,000, for example. So, yung 12,000 ay exempt. Okay? Paano naman kung ang kanya na lang unused VL ay 10 days na lang? So, magkano ang kanyang de minimis? Di yung actual na 10 days times 1,000. So, 10,000 yung exempt. Okay? So, tanda mo yung 12 days is just the limit. Okay? We're still on number 1, no? However, paano, ma'am, if si employee ay merong 15 VL? Okay? Yung policy ng company ay 15 leaves, ma'am, ang 15 days, no? Yung leave na binibigay ni company. Okay? Ay yung 15 days na yon hindi nagamit ni employee. So, ngayon, minomonetize na niya. Okay? So, that is 15 days times, let's say, yung rate niya is 1,000. So, magkano yung amount noon? 15,000. Okay? 15,000 yung na-receive niyang monetize unused VL. Okay? Pero, sa 15,000 na yon 12,000 yung exempted, 3,000 taxable. Okay? So, ganun mo na siya iintindihan sa threshold. Sige, binigyan ka ng 15 days. Okay? Equivalent to 15,000. Pero yung 12,000, yun lang yung exempt, yung 3,000, yun yung taxable. Or equivalent to 12 days, yun yung exempt. Yung equivalent sa 3 days, yun yung taxable. Okay? For the employee na nasa private sector. Okay? But for those employees no, na nasa government, no, including the government officials, ayan, diba? Oh. Paano kaya yung mga government employees na mahilig mag-travel? Wala siguro yung mamamonetize, no? Kulang pa yung kanyang leave. Okay? Oo, babawasan pa dapat siya nun. Okay? So, monetize and use, okay? However, pagkakaiba sa private versus the public employees or government employees, walang sinabing threshold. Walang sinet na number of days. And yung kanilang type of leave is vacation and also sick leave. Okay? Sa code, walang sinabi kung ilang number of days. Okay? Ayan. But I don't know kung ano. Parang meron lang din naman certain number of days. Hindi naman sky is the limit yung kanilang leave. No? Ayan. So, medical cash allowance. Okay. Cash allowance given to the employees not exceeding 2,000 per employee per semester. Or 333 per month. O, ayan, ma'am. Naguguluhan kami dyan. Okay? So, the tax code said, ito yung limit, 2,000 per semester. So, that is equivalent to 6 months. Okay? So, meaning, what will be the maximum amount for the year? So, probably 4,000. Kasi yung 2,000, sinabi kasi sa tax code, the 2,000 per employee per semester. O, ilan ba yung equivalent month na, ilan bang semester sa isang taon? 2. O, the maximum amount should be 4,000. Okay? Or equivalent to 333 per month. Okay? So, that is only the threshold. So, again, paano kung ang gustong bigay ni employer ay 5,000 per semester? Ay, di salamat, di ba? Ang sinabi ng employer mo, sige, yung iyong medical cash allowance ay 5,000 per semester. Auto treatment. So, yung 2,000 exempt, yung 3,000 taxable de minimis benefits. Okay? So, yun palang category natin, ha? Kapag lumampas sa limit, pag within the limit, exempt or non-taxable de minimis. Okay? Pag lumampas sa limit, tawag sa kanya ay taxable de minimis. Okay? However, wala pa tayo doon sa anong gagawin natin sa taxable de minimis o later. Okay? So far, based on the threshold, dun muna tayo mag-concentrate. Within the limits, that is exempt de minimis or non-taxable. O exempt de minimis, no? Ulitin ko, within the threshold, that is what we group under exempt de minimis. Pero yung in excess, okay, hindi naman yung lahat, di ba? In excess of the threshold, igugrupo natin siya sa taxable de minimis. Okay? Doon muna. Kasi may kadugtong pa kasi yun. Okay? Kapag na-identify na natin that is a taxable de minimis, next question, sino ang tumanggap? Okay? Okay? Nakategorize na natin siya as taxable de minimis. Next, sino yung tumanggap? Paanong sino? Siya ba ay manager, supervisor, or rank and file? Okay? Because mag-iiba ang tax treatment sa susunod na step after identifying the taxable de minimis. If given to manager and supervisor or if given to rank and file. Okay? Well, susunod yun. For now, kailangan muna natin ma-establish magkano yung threshold, magkano yung excess. Okay? Yun. Hindi mo kailangan i-memorize tong 10 na to, pero maging familiar ka with the term. Ano pa yung nakakalito dyan? Yung syempre yung numbers, ma'am, tsaka kung ano siya, kung per semester, per month, per quarter, per annual, or per annum. Okay? 3. May pang-4 pa, ma'am? Yes. Oh, bigas. Oy, medyo bumaba kayo ng bigas, ha? Rice subsidy. Anong condition, ma'am? Oh, papasok dito yung pwedeng in cash or in kind. Okay? Rice subsidy not exceeding worth 2,500. Oh, take note, ha? Sa lumang libro, so I think 2,000 siya. Ah, kung may libro kayo, paki-edit, that is already 2,500 na. Okay? Sa 2024 edition, 2,000 lang. Okay? Yung latest amount is 2,500 per month or equivalent to 50 kilogram of sack rice, no? Kano lang yun? 50. Ayan. So, yun lang naman, no? Paano kung social, ma'am, Gusto namin yung ano, yung ibang yung mabango, yung magandang brand ng ano bigas. Okay? So for example, na ibigay sa is worth 3,000 na worth 3,000 na sack of rice. Di yung 2,500 yung exempt, yung 500 yung taxable de minimis. Okay? O, ba? O syempre pwede naman lahat naman pwede tumanggap ng rice subsidy, ha? Hindi lang siya limited sa rank and file or hindi lang siya limited sa managers or supervisory. Okay? So, yun lang. Take note on the amount. The amount is 2,500 and that amount is per month. Okay? O, per month yan. So, yun yung kukumpitin mo. Okay? At ingat din, di ba, kung ang tinatanong ay magkano yung, paano mga tanong dyan sa de minimis? So, minsan tinatanong, how much will be the taxable de minimis? Per annum? Per quarter? Per month? So, depende. Okay? But if the problem is silent, so we must consider that as, if the question is, how much will be the taxable de minimis for the year? Okay? Or per annum? Okay? Uniform and clothing allowance not exceeding 8,000 per annum. Oh, 8,000. Pero ano siya, ma? Per month? Hindi. Ano ka? Per annum siya. So, ibig sabihin ng budget, no? Para ma-exempt, yung uniform allowance or clothing allowance should not exceed 8,000 per annum. Oh, ma'am, tela lang yung 8,000, patahe, di ba? Oh. Pero kung binigyan ka ng 10,000 for the clothing allowance, o 8,000 yung exempt, 2,000 yung taxable. Okay? Correction lang din, doon sa lumang libro, dati, prior to the effectivity nung latest doon sa libro nyo, 6,000. Okay? If you check yung resources mo ng 2025 below, okay, the threshold for the uniform and clothing allowance sa libro ninyo is 6,000. Pero starting this 2026, that is already increased into 8,000 per annum. Okay? Oh, number 6. Oh, wag mo lito. Yung kanina, cash medical, ano siya, cash assistant, Hindi, wait lang. Cash allowance, medical cash allowance. Okay? Magkaiba to number 3 sa number 6, ha? Actual medical assistance. Okay? Not exceeding 12,000 per annum. Okay? So, sa libro sa luma, the amount is only 10,000. Okay? O, number 7, syempre kung may pa-uniform, kailangan labhan. So, merong laundry allowance not exceeding 400 per month. Okay? In the old version, the amount is 300 per month. Okay? So, sa bagong edition, it's 400 per month or equivalent to ilang per ano yun? 4,800 per annum. Okay? Ayan. Employee Achievement Award. Ayan. In the form of, okay. Meron sa mga lower edition ng libro, okay, dati, the amount, I think the amount is 10,000. Tapos, strictly tangible property. Bawal ang cash. Before, yung dun sa lumang libro, okay, before this, ang sinasabi doon, lang, 10,000 lang, pero dapat in a form of tangible property. Bawal ang cash or GC. Tama, gift check. Pero, upon, revision or amendment to the list of de minimis. So it they increase it into 12,000. And in any form, including cash or gift check. O kaya GCash naman pwede. Pwede naman, no? So, basta hindi siya mag-exceed ng 12,000. Okay? Under an established written plan which does not discriminate in favor of highly paid employees. Pag sinabi sa number 8, lahat ng naka 10 years na sa company. Parang ganon. So, walang discrimination. So, kung ikaw, whether you are rank and file or supervisor, so as long as naka 10 years ka, di ba? Edi meron kang achievement award. Okay? So, not to exceed 12,000. Again, that is only the threshold. If the company will give you more than the 12,000, edi salamat, di ba? Pero 12,000 lang yung exempt, the rest, the excess amount will be taxable de minimis. Okay, number 9, gifts given during Christmas and major anniversary not to exceed 6,000 per annum per employee. Okay. Huwag niyong yung number 9, iba pa siya sa 13th month na nare-receive tuwing Pasko. Okay? Kasi yung 13th month is mandatory. So, yung number 9, gifts given during Christmas. No? Not to exceed 6,000 per employee per annum. For example, kada Pasko, bibigyan kayo ng company ng 6,000, 5,000 bonus or gifts, di ba? Or Christmas gift. Ayan. But not to exceed 6,000 per annum. Sa lumang libro, the amount is 5,000. Ayan. Daily meal. Ma'am, paliwanagan mo ako sa daily meal allowance. Okay? Iba siya doon sa meal allowance na nasa payslip, ha? Ayan. Sa meal allowance, itong aking sira na yung aking yung aking keyboard. Papalit. Okay. Not exceed. Paano to, ma'am? Yung number 10, number that's 11, di ba? Tama ba? 11 pala yung memorize namin, ma'am. Okay. Yung number 10, i-grant lang yan kapag nag-render ng overtime si employee. Okay? Di ba? Nag-overtime, konsiderasyon lang naman, ma'am, pinag-overtime mo yan. Yung baon yan hanggang, hanggang tanghalian lang yan. Paano hapunan yan? Bigyan mo ng meal allowance. Okay? Paano ang computation? Not exceeding 30% of the basic minimum wage on a per region basis. Okay? So, halimbawa, example, okay? Halimbawa, example na, no? Halimbawa, yung daily rate, ang basic minimum ay let's say 600. Okay? Ayan. Per day. Okay? So, ano ang magiging daily meal allowance niya? Equals 600 times 0.30 times 0.30 equals 180. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yun lang yung magiging exempt. No? Pag sinabi, nag-overtime ka ngayon, bibigyan kita ng meal allowance worth 180 pesos. So, yung meal allowance na yon considered as de minimis benefits. Okay? Pag sinabing, sir, sa mga kabiling 180, diba? Gusto ko, complete meal, heavy meal. Sige, binigyan ka ng 250 pesos. No, for the meal allowance for the overtime work. Okay? So, anong mangyayari? Kung binigyan ka ng 250, yung 180 exempt, yung 70 is taxable, de minimis. Okay, ganun lang naman yun no? Pag binigyan ka sobra, tanggalin mo lang yung threshold, siya yung exempt de minimis, yung sumobra, or yung excess, that will be taxable de minimis. Okay? Ayan. Hirap naman memorize to, hindi. Saglit lang yan, 10 lang yan, 11 lang yan, no? Kayang-kaya nyo yung i-memorize. Okay? Or familiar doon sa limitations. Okay? Number 11. Benefits received by an employee by virtue of collective bargaining agreement o kadalasan niya sa mga sa mga manufacturing. No, yung mga may union, ma'am. Yes. Okay. And productivity incentive. Okay. Schemes. Okay. So, dapat merong CBA agreement. That the total monetary value received from both CBA and productivity incentive schemes do not exceed 12,000 per employee per taxable year. Okay. Take note sa number 11. Okay. Sa number 11, dapat may CBA. Okay. And the amount, okay, sa lumang libro, that is 10,000. Sa bago, 12,000. Okay? Pero anong rule sa number 11? It is 12,000 or not. Okay? Parang fancy sa number 11. Halimbawa, pag binigyan ka ni company for the CBA agreement na 12,000, the whole 12,000 is exempt de minimis. Okay? Pero kung paano kung binigyan ka ng 15,000? Ito na yung if the amount for the CBA, exceed the threshold of 12,000, the entire amount will become taxable. Ulitin ko ha. Sa number 11, binigyan ka ni company sa CBA agreement 15,000. So what will be the treatment? The whole 15,000 will become taxable de minimis. Ito lang sa number 11, yung hindi mo hahatiin, paghihiwalayin yung threshold. Yung threshold tsaka yung excess. Because under number 11, okay, it's 12,000. Except, pag lumampas ka dyan, the whole amount will become taxable. Okay? So, that will be the rule for number 11. The rest ng mga nauna, may limit. May threshold. Threshold, in excess, taxable. Yung threshold, within the threshold, exempt. Okay? Ang dami naman, ma'am. O, hindi naman, no? Madami talaga dahil marami tayong Diyos me. Diba? Tapos sumabay pa bukas yung imbis na marami tayong mga tapos bukas. O. Ayan. Kailangan tuloy tayo mag-self-study ng mga medyo-medyo. Diba? Kung lagi nang ang holiday, napatapat pa na de minimis. Okay, eto na. Ano ang gagawin? Yung mga nabanggit sa within the threshold, that is exempt de minimis. Yung mga sumobra sa de minimis, that will be part ng taxable de minimis. And other de minimis benefits na wala dun sa listahan that are relatively small in value is considered taxable de minimis. Okay? O halimbawa, ano mga wala doon? Halimbawa groceries, di ba? Ang nabanggit lang naman kasi doon, ma'am, rice allowance. Okay? Paano binigyan ka ng groceries? Okay? Sabi, may bigas nga. Paano ulam, ma'am? Walang ulam. Okay? Binigyan ka ng, alam mo, sige, 2,000 per month for the groceries. Wala naman sa listahan yung groceries sa de minimis, di ba? O saan ko i-grupo yun, ma'am? Dito, sa taxable de minimis. Okay? O, yun lang naman yun. Pag yung mga de minimis na wala sa listahan, considered as taxable de minimis. Okay? De minimis. Ayan, nabubulol dati ako dyan no? Ayan. Hindi naman siya konti lang, di ba? Ilan yan? 11, ma'am. Tapos iba-iba pa yung threshold. Tapos yung threshold mo, merong per semester, per month, per annum. Ano lang. Basa ulit, ha? Ayan. Yung yung in-upload ko doon na ano ba in-upload ko doon, ma'am? Basta yung ay, nakasipas pala to. Yung PDF file sa module 2 sa module 2 na materials, yun. Yun yung parang summary. Ay, hindi. Yun yung pinaka-updated. So, that is, ano nga ba yun? Yung RR 29-2025. PDF file siya. So, nandun na yung klase ng de minimis na updated. Okay? Yun din yun. Ito rin yung galing. Okay? Ayan. Inilagay ko lang sa PowerPoint. Pero yun yung source nun. Okay? Anong effectivity niya, 15 days. So, actually, ano na siya, no? This 2026, no? Effective na. Yan na yung gamit natin for the de minimis. Okay, meron pa akong konting minuto. Ayan. So, tapos natin tong, wait, may kadugtong yan, di ba, ma'am? After ko ma-determine within the threshold, in excess of the threshold, so that is what we call taxable de minimis. So, ngayon, ang tanong, ano ang magiging treatment? Anong sabi ko? Alamin mo kung sino ang tumanggap. Okay? Who are the recipient of that de minimis? Yung dalawa lang naman yan. Rank and file or managers and supervisory employees. Pwede na siya. Totoo na to, ma'am. Oh, di ba? Oh, ito, sinasabi. Okay? Treatment. Saan ko siya igugrupo? Taxable compensation or non-taxable compensation? So, ito ang rule. Okay, for the rank and file employees receiving taxable de minimis, this is treated as other compensation income under the category 13th month pay and other benefits. Okay? Wala pa tayo dun sa ano. O, kumbaga, o sige, ma'am, sumobra yung bigay sa akin na ano ng bigas, rice subsidy, medical cash allowance, may mga excess. Magkano yung total excess mo ng de minimis? Let's say, 25,000. So, yung 25,000, igugrupo mo sa 13th month pay and other benefits. Okay? Doon pumapasok, ito yun, yung other benefits. Doon mo siya ilalagay. No? Yun yung treatment niya. O, edi doon na bagsakan, ma'am. O. Tapos, tsaka ka palang ma-identify pag nailagay mo na yung 13th month sa loob, no? 13th month pay and other benefits. Okay? In general, the term is 13th month and other benefits. Maghihiwalay lang yan lang ng landas yung non-taxable 13th month pay tsaka taxable 13th month pay kapag sumobra ng 90,000. So, as long as hindi pa nag-exceed ng 90,000 yung total 13th month pay and other benefits mo, it is considered as non-taxable. Pero the moment na nag-exceed na siya ng 90, yung 90 exempt, or yung 90 non-taxable 13th month, yung sumobra sa 90 is what we call taxable 13th month pay and other benefits. Okay? Hindi na natin ma-identify doon kung ano yung purely yung 13th month, yun which is purely other benefits. Nakalamsam na siya doon. Tapos maghihiwalayin lang natin siya kung naka-90 na siya, tapos sobra ng 90. Okay? Kapag ang recipient, again, titignan mo, o sino nag-receive nito mga de minimis na to, ng mga bigas na to, rank and file employees. Okay? O syempre, kahit mga managers yan, tatanggap din yan ng mga pabigas, di ba? O blessings din naman yan. O di, kami din, supervisor and managers, magre-receive din kami ng de minimis benefits. Okay? Ayan. So, ito lang ang magiging ibang treatment. Okay? Oh, dahil si manager, ayaw niya gusto niya masarap yung bigas niya. O, halagang 3,500 yung rice subsidy niya. Hindi mo sabi may discrimination. Hindi, meron lang talagang perks lang talaga ang mga managers. No? For example, sige, bigyan natin ng rice allowance or rice subsidy ang mga managers. Pero yung medyo high grade or premium class yung bigas dapat, no? Worth 3,500. So what will be the treatment? Okay, si manager entitled pa rin do sa limits no, na 2,500. Okay? So if the employer will give you 3,500 rice subsidy, 2,500 will be non-taxable benefits. The 1,000 will be treated as fringe benefits subject to final fringe benefit tax. So ibig sabihin, this one is a type of benefits that is not subject to regular compensation. Okay? Sa madaling salita, itong sinasabi kong fringe benefits, hindi siya kasama dito sa pro forma natin na to. Ulitin ko ha, yung mga taxable de minimis that we group under fringe benefits, hindi siya kasama sa pro forma na to. Wala siya sa eksena. So, in short, hindi siya subject sa regular income tax. Okay? Saan sa subject? Sabi dito, treated as fringe benefits subject to final. Okay? Ano yung final? Okay? Parang final tax. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, these fringe benefits are no longer part ng income ni manager subject to regular income tax. Hindi na. Iba yung taxation ng mga fringe benefits ng mga managers and supervisors. Ilan lang yan sa mga fringe benefits kasi sa susunod na topic, marami pang klase ng fringe benefits. Okay? Ganun. Yun ang tax treatment niya. Okay? Fringe benefits pa lang yun. De minimis benefits pa lang yan, ha? Ayan. Nalabas yan sa exam. Even sa board exam, no? On the list of kumbaga, computation of taxable and non-taxable de minimis benefits. Okay? Ayan. Ayan. Aralin nyo to. For example, sige, bigyan. Sige. Hindi, 7:23 na. Aralin nyo yung, yung slide. Okay? From this, tama, no? From this, PowerPoint onwards, may mga puro computation na siya. Okay? So, intindihin niyo, for example, ito. Ito yung salary niya, ito yung basic, ito yung wage. O, bakit kailangan ng So, this one will be useful sa pag-compute ng unused leave. Ano yung number 1? Sorry, nakalimutan ko. Monetize, nababalikan ko. Monetize unused leave. Okay? So, for example, in this table, no, the 1,000 will be useful sa computation ng leave credits. The 600 daily rate, no, will be useful, okay, or we will need that for the computation of meal allowance. Okay? Example dito. Sige, pasalan natin saglit lang. So, for example, ito yung basic rate niya. But then, the minimum wage in that area is 600. Okay? So, let's say, for example, si employee ay naka-receive ng 200 peso meal for 158 overtime days during the year. Ibig sabihin, sa loob ng isang taon, naka-158 days siyang overtime. At dun sa overtime niyo, binibigyan siya lagi ng 200 pesos for the meal allowance. So, that is equivalent to 20, tama. Okay, so wait lang Yung 200 times 158, so that is 31,600. Okay? O, bakit i-limit? Pero yung limit will only be, magkano yung, 600 times 0.3, 180 times 158 days. So, dun yung 28440. Okay? Saan galing 180? 30% of 600. Okay? O, yun. Dun yung limit, yung sobra, excess. Okay? So, ito naman, ma'am. 15,000 monetized value 15-day vacation. So, siya ay private employee entitled only to 12 VL. Okay? So, leave credits 12, actual credit is 15,000, but the limit is 12, the excess is 3,000. Okay. 1,000 monthly medical allowance to dependents of employees. Di ba ang requirement lang dito ay 2,000 per semester. O ilang bang semester sa isang taon? Except sa inyo, tri-sem kayo, di ba? Pero in a normal, dalawa. Semi-annual. Okay? Ayan. So, yun lang naman. 12,000 monetized value of days, 12 days sick leave. Bakit zero, ma'am, yung limit? Kasi ano ang klase ng leave niya? Sick leave. Eh ano bang empleyado siya? Private. Sa employee lang sa government, applicable yung sick leave and vacation leave. Medical benefits, actual medical assistance not to exceed 12,000, but the actual amount received is 8,000, so the entire 8,000 will be exempted. Monthly laundry allowance of 500, the limitation is only 400 per month. Quarterly uniform allowance, so ilan ang quarter sa isang taon? 4. So a total of 8,000. Ay, tama. Ay, hindi. Ilan bang quarter? 2,000 times 4. Ay, baliktad pala ako. Sorry. Palitan ko to. Hindi ko na-edit. Ayan. Sorry. Paki-edit na lang ha. Para hindi malito. 3,000 quarterly uniform allowance. Eh, that is equivalent to 12,000. Eh, ang allowed lang is, ay hindi, ang limit lang is 8,000 per annum. Okay? So, yung 4,000 is in excess. And then, isasabi ko, monthly rice allowance, 2,500 lang, ma'am, ang threshold, Oh, yes. So, 2,500. So, that is 30,000. Pero ang na-receive niya is total of 36,000. So, the excess is 6,000. Okay? So, visit niyo yan, yung mga nasa slide na yan, no? Ayan, para ma-practice kayo, no? Habang binabasa yan, medyo tumatatak sa inyo yung mga limitations ng de minimis. Okay? Ang dami, kaya nga, nahinayang ako sa araw bukas eh. Ang dami-daming topic. Okay, so wala tayong magagawa. We need to follow. Okay? Meron kaming, online. Ay, hindi, online. Hindi nga siya online. Workshop on-site, no? Ayan. Mas gusto ko ba magturo sa matindang workshop? Charot. Okay? Mandatory kasi, no? Kung optional siya, hindi ko talaga siya, ayan. Okay. Iba sayang oras kasi. Dami pang topic. Oh. Pero kung di in-announce na, hindi tuloy tayo, di ba? O kung may option na, hindi. Kahit ako pumasok sa school, tapos kahit online kayo, walang problema, no? Kaso hindi eh. Bawal eh. Akala ko pa pwede yung ganun eh, tapos nabasa ko pala, ay, lahat na may klase ng on-site, mandatory. Nababala ko na sana ay, hindi pala, asynchronous din pala, bawal. Mapagalitan tayo. No? Baka may magsumbok. Asynchronous, nagpa-online si ma'am. O, hindi. Pero sabi doon, asynchronous, pero hindi bawal magbigay ng mga activities. Okay? So, hindi, meron pa rin activities. Ma'am, kung gusto niyo po video recording, kailan ko gagawin yun? Paano ko nga ba gagawin yun? Saan ka re-record? Ang hina ng dito sa Dito? Ano ba dito? Pwede naman. Paano ba yun? Oo, 5 gabi ko gagawin. Ayan. Hindi ko alam kung kaya pa na nitong mga tawag dito. Yung space para dyan. Sige. Madaling araw, gagawin ko. Tatry ko ha. Pag may energy pa ako mamayang gabi. Okay? We will continue that. Hindi pa ako tapos mag-check ng test paper nyo, no? Ayan. So, kukontinue ko yung no, itong topic natin. Although, dito naman tayo sa ayan. Para, pagbalik natin, na lang tayo, summary. Okay? Ayan. Ay, sayang talaga yung oras. Okay, yun lang naman. Tapos, kawawa din yung 201 kasi 2 Fridays din lang silang pasok kasi holiday. O, di ba? Lamang kayo. Actually, advance kayo ng konti sa kanila. Okay? Hay! Sige, yun lang naman po muna. So, thank you for joining ATY 202. See you next week ulit. Ayan. So, abang-abang na lang. So, later gagawin ko yung mga learning task. So, I think naman the learning task will cover exclusions, inclusions from the gross income. Okay? So, yun yung doon tayo natapos, doon tayo nag-start na kanina ng module 2, yung mga regular income tax lang naman. Okay? Mga umpisahan natin sa theories. Okay? So, yun lang. Have a nice day and thank you.